Hello, in this example, I'm going to show you how you can create a release summary table for multiple releases using external actions. You can either create it for single releases, like here you select one release and then you can go here to more and show release summary table, and this is supported for multiple entities, so you can also create it for multiple releases, and the purpose of it is to really see what was the content between the releases. So if you have release 1, release 2, then you can see exactly how much content was delivered in each of those releases. Yeah? So let's see it for one release first of all. So let's select maybe a release which is not so big, and here I can say show release summary table. And this will now call my Python Flask server, and using the REST API, it will get the data for the selected releases and represent it here for me. So what you can see in the metric, we have number of features, user stories, defect fixes, defect found, test executions, and number of execution types. So here you can see the different numbers also summarized to the top. So we have here, for instance, 44 defect found, and you can see in which state they currently are. Defect fixes, you can also see what are the planned defect fixes. 6 we have, but still they are in progress currently. The number of user story, nothing of those is done, and also here planned feature is 1, and this is in state new. And this report I can combine for multiple releases. So let's say I select here 3 releases and say show me on summary table. So once the matrix is generated, you can see it here. The releases are displayed next to each other. You can move those around. You can see the numbers of those. So let's move a release to the front. And this is good if you have multiple releases. So 3 is okay. You can still have the right view. But if you would have, let's say, 8 or 9 releases, then it makes sense to really move it forward or compare releases next to each other to see what was the content which was delivered. So I can see here the Q3 and Q1 release were a lot of content in test execution, and yeah, also here in defect number found, number of defects which were found, but the features are not so much in Q1, but in Q3 I had 18 features, 101 user stories, 204 defect fixes planned, yeah, and from those currently it's 39 which are undone. You know. I can also run the report for all the releases I have. This may take some time, but still it is supported. So let's generate it. So this generation took me around 1 minute 30 seconds, so 90 seconds in total. You can see here all the releases I have on the top and the numbers of the matrix. So this is the overview cross releases. You can move it around. If you want to compare, let's say, this demo to the Q3, you can move it forward and put it in between. So it's a good way to get the release summary and compare releases with each other. Now let's see how this can be implemented. So let's move to the Git repository. So here you can see we have this Octane Python examples. In the external actions release reporting, you will find the release reporting py. And here it is the routine. Here, release summary table. which you need to run on your Python Flask server, and call this resource from your external actions out of Octane. So let me show you my Python where I'm running it. So here you can see release reporting is currently running. And when it comes to, let me go up here. So this is a release summary table, which is called. And here you can see exactly the code of it. So once you have downloaded it and implemented on your Python Flask server, you can go to external action editor and exactly use this button, this external button, and copy it in your ALM Octane under external action editor. You have to modify it in order to don't overwrite existing external actions you may have already implemented. And then you can generate those reports with the release summary table.